Oftentimes when I get to a customer's home to give an estimate, especially on the second floor, they will point out the black rings around the edges of the rooms on a light color carpet, and they'll ask me to pay special attention to the edges. And I've had a lot of customers tell me what they think the black ring around the room is caused by, but none of them ever get it right. It's a problem today because the homes are airtight, and in Cincinnati we circulate the air all winter long, the same air. And because today the light colored carpets are popular, what happens is there's a little airspace between the tack strip and the wall. Other than that, the home is airtight. So the air pressure forces the air through the carpeting, and the carpet acts like a filter, and it grabs pollutants in the air, carbon from your heating and air system, and a lot of dust and fine particles. And the edge of the carpet acts like a filter. The problem being is, as cleaners, we're used to cleaning carpets that are soiled from the top down. In this air filtration situation, the carpet gets soiled from the bottom up. So if you try to dissolve that dirt and remove it, it actually spreads out, and as water evaporates, we know water evaporates upward. It will bring more dirt with it. Many times if you work on the filtration lines, or dust rings we call them, you'll actually make them worse. The thing to do is, a lot of these big houses don't have enough cold air returns, and it causes an air pressure problem, which makes the filtration even more intense. Additional cold air returns installed in the home help the problem. Changing your furnace filter on a regular basis every 30 days will help the problem. The real problem is, a great amount of this filtration is carbon from your heating and air system, especially gas-fired furnaces. And the carbon carries an electric charge, a static charge, and it actually bonds to the carpet. It's extremely difficult to remove with standard cleaning methods. And it's just like the powder coating or electroplating. That's a bond that is hard to remove. It's actually more durable than regular paint. So that's basically what's in your carpet, in the black filtration around the edges and around the steps. And if the carpenter does a poor job in your subfloor and there's gaps between the plywood, I've seen black filtration lines go across the center of a room. And they're really, you can improve them a little bit. They're almost impossible to remove completely. So I always like to educate the customer a little bit, because they have all kinds of theories of why they're getting a black ring around the room. But this is what it is. It's filtration soil, dust ring. It's your carpet acting as an air filter. And the soiling from the bottom up instead of the top down is really a problem. The only real fix is this, and I've done it to my home. I had a home in Montgomery, had this problem when I put brand new light gray carpet in. I stopped the problem by, before I installed the carpet, of course, in somebody's home, you'd pull the carpet back, remove the tack strip. You'd fill all the air gaps under the baseboard with a silicone caulk, let it cure overnight, and then reinstall the tack strip with new, and re-stretch the carpeting and install it so that the dust ring is actually under the carpet, or it's trimmed off. And that fact, if you stop the airflow at that point, you'll no longer have the black dust ring or filtration soil around the room or up and down your steps. Other than that, additional cold air returns will help the problem, and changing the furnace filter, even getting a good electrostatic filter, will help the problem. It'll never stop the problem until you stop the flow of air. So that is what's going on with the black rings around the room on the light carpet. It's filtration soil. And then part of the problem is, before the 80s, houses were not plumb and square, much less airtight. Nowadays, the homes are built with more precision, and they use a Teflon vapor barrier called Tyvek that is a vapor barrier wrap around the home, which really makes the home airtight. and that actually is good for your heating and air, but efficiency. But it's also bad for this air filtration problem because you can't get any fresh air in and out of the home. So that's the problem. I gave you the answer. If you have air filtration, you can always call us. We can do our best to alleviate your problem. Thank you.